so it is time to move away now from talking about Ninja Theory and move on to one of the studios that I'm most excited to see what they've got, and that is obviously on the O's, and that is Obsidian.
Yep.
Now, I mean, look, so what I've got here for stuff that I expect to see, Grounded version 1.0, I think is almost a sure thing.
Mm-hmm.
Then we've got Josh Sawyer's game that he's working on.
Yep.
That
And he
that was a strong possibility of saying, and he tweeted earlier today, and I saw it.
Yeah.
So I think we are definitely gonna. I mean, that's a tease right there. But then obviously there's Avowed as well. Like, and I expect Obsidian. They're kind of like, yeah. I expect to see Avowed too, and I don't think we'll see is Outer Worlds. I think that's.
No, that's further out.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think we definitely see Avowed. I think it's time we see that. And then Grounded 1.0 is very much been waited for. I've been waiting for that 1.0 to actually fully play it again. Let me just see. Yeah, and I don't think we'll see Outer Worlds 2. I think that's way out. And Joshua game, from his tweet,
Yeah.
I would expect to see that.
I can't remember what the code name for it is, but it's
Oh no,
it
I
has
can't
been
remember either.
leaked. I think by Windows Central, or it might have been by Jeff Grubb. Anyway, so yeah, what do you think, Breeze? I mean, do you agree with this? Do you think there's anything else maybe we'll see from them? I mean, like, yeah.
If Avowed, I hope to see something for Avowed too. The Josh Sawyer game, I'm curious to see what it is.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of speculation about it being a murder mystery game.
I heard
So
it's heavy on narrative, so that would make
I
sense
love
potentially.
that. I love that. And it's set in a 16th period of Old England. I think I would like that very well. Um, so, Grounded. I am so excited for Grounded. I played Grounded when they first introduced it.
Was
And
that
I
2 years ago now, wasn't it?
hooked 2 years ago. I was hooked. I was hooked then.
Jesus.
I was angry when I couldn't progress because it was
Oh,
Yeah.
hang on.
a
I
live
played it as
action
well.
game. But every time there was an update, I would go back to it and I would still have the same amount of fun. I would remember what to do. Every time I go back, our base gets bigger just because we build so much. And still haven't found the brood mother yet, but I'm gonna wait until version 1.0 just for it all releases so I could just like go in, play it from the beginning, play it how it's supposed to be played.
I need to go back because I think the last time I played it was not long after I think it was an update. I'd played it already before, but then I went back to it when they introduced achievements. And
Yeah.
me and my friend, honestly, we didn't put too much effort into our base. It's just we built it right along a wall, so we could run along the wall and build platforms going out to make it easier to
Oh, that's
float and
smart.
get about. Yeah, it was all about getting about the map quickly because we were basically achievement hunting in it. I think it was at like 80% or something
Oh,
achievement rate.
nice.
So
Oh,
I'll have to
nice.
double check that actually. But yeah. So I haven't played it certainly since he went to Australia because we were playing it. I think it's on his profile. The game we were playing. But yeah, I'm super hyped for Grounded. Like I think that game
It's a beautiful game.
is a perfect example of like a small game like just being like a massive game. If that makes like
Yeah.
it's nowhere near. I mean, it's nowhere near Minecraft, but it's a fantastic game. Like it's
It is.
can't give it enough praise really. But yeah, I want to
Oh,
see.
yeah.
I'm excited for the Josh Sawyer game. If it is a murder mystery set set in sort of 16th century England, um, then that'd be pretty cool. That
Yes.
would be very very cool, like Sherlock Holmes esque maybe.
Yeah.
Except obviously he was like later in
That's what I
time,
was
but.
thinking. That's what I was thinking.
I love a murder mystery. Honestly, we Brits, we love the mystery. Like it's one of our things we're known for. Like we got all the. Kyle, help me out with some like mystery programs we've got, like Midsummer Murders, Inspector Morse, like all of that.
Yeah, I can't remember all of them. There's so many.
Oh man, yeah, they're daytime TV shows as well. Like anyway,
Yeah.
Yeah.
um, yeah, if that is the case, I'm super hyped for it. Like, in fact, like like the Forgotten City is kind of like a mystery game in a way.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I love that. There was there's other games. I mean, they've had like mystery storylines in Elder Scrolls and
Like
games
LA
and stuff like that.
Noir. LA
Yeah,
Noir.
LA Noire was so good.
Don't get me started on LA Noir.
Do you not like it?
I like the concept. I don't think it was executed very well.
What don't you like about it, Kyle?
It wasn't very executed very well.
Yeah, no, but in
Like
what way?
like the whole facial feature thing, like it wasn't. I don't think it was done very well at all. Being able to
It was
try and tell a
360.
lie from yeah, trying to tell a lie from someone's face, it just didn't work very well at all. And then I wanted to really explore the world, but then you couldn't because it was very stuck to the mission. So like I said, I think it was a good idea, wasn't executed very well.
I disagree with you there, my friend. I think it was executed quite well. Obviously, like, I mean, the facial expressions they weren't the easiest to
It
read,
was.
but but they
They
are.
weren't.
Bear in mind, someone is going to be trying to hide these things, aren't they? So it's not going to be easy for a detective in real life, is it? Like, generally, I mean, unless someone's like just has like such obvious tells, like, you don't you. There's a reason not everyone's amazing at poker. It's because these kinds of like knowing these things, like being able to identify these, is quite difficult. So that's my rebuttal to you.
You guys and your
It was a great
rebuttals.
game. Shut up. No, I'm kidding. So yeah, okay. Let's move on. We are now moving to playground games. Breeze, do you want to take it from here?
Fable. Man. I hope we see something, but if we don't, I'm not anticipating that we see something on Fable. These are all just I mean, when it comes out, it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out day one, so I'm not even worried about it. Like when they do Fable and they bring it out, hey, I'm with it. Forza Horizon, the DLC. Okay, I have not played Forza ever since I first picked it up when it first launched. There's a lot of Forza players in the group. So I know they're excited for the DLC to launch, especially since Gran Turismo has come out, and Gran Turismo is just like up neck and neck with Forza. It's
No,
at least in
I
the
thought
group.
I thought Gran Turismo was pretty much a hot fire trash at the time.
Hot fire
When it came,
trash.
yeah, when it came out.
I actually think they're apples and oranges. Really, I think Gran Turismo is much more comparable to Forza Motorsport as opposed to Forza
Absolutely,
Horizon.
yeah.
Forza Horizon. I'll give you an example. So I like quite like playing with a like a racing rig, like a steering wheel and stuff. Like the Formula One games, Assetto Corsa, and obviously Forza Motorsport. I cannot play Forza Horizon with that rig. It just doesn't work. It's almost too fast. Like, it's too arcadey.
Yeah, but it's meant to be, I think.
It is, yeah, but it's meant to be arcadey. Yeah, I always play it with the controller, and I love playing it as well. So, um, yeah, and like going back to Fable, yeah, I don't think we'll see that either. I think you're completely right there. I don't think we see that at all.
It's been so long.
I mean, like, it's basic, but I'm basing that on job listings and stuff that we've seen. I just don't think it's there yet,
Or
and
what?
I don't. Fable.
No, and did you see what happened yesterday? Day before?
Was that with what Gaz had said?
Yeah.
And said, yeah, but I think that was taken out of context.
Oh
Like,
no, it definitely was taken out of context.
Like, people ran with it, like, and it wasn't.
But
It's just a normal thing. It's a normal
they're
thing. You
still,
narrow down scope of games.
yeah, if they're still scoping down, then you would think it's a bit off. That's the point I was making.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. You're exactly right. Like, it's just not. I don't think it's going to be there yet. I don't think they're going to show it until they've got certainly more sort of like, until there's like in-engine stuff to show or something
But
like
I
that.
am extremely excited about Fable, by the way.
So am I, bro. So am I. I went back and downloaded them.
Yeah, they're always on my Xbox just in case I want to play them. And I'm one of those people who will sit here and I actually really enjoyed Fable 3, and I don't care what anyone else says. I really enjoyed Fable 3. I liked the decision making at the end, mainly because as a great man that I am, made all the right decisions and saved everyone, but kept everyone happy as well. Yeah. But I really liked that turn in the game where it was like you're fighting your brother because he's like this
Spoilers, by the way, everyone.
It's Fable 3. You should have played it by now.
I know.
Just you're fighting this brother who's this tough leader, like ruthless leader, and then you realize why he's a ruthless leader, and then it's on your shoulders to make the decisions. I thought that was a great bait and switch that I wasn't expecting, and I really enjoyed it.
Good. We're glad. Well, I'm glad. You glad?
I'm glad. I enjoyed Fable.
Yeah.
I still have it on. Download
Fable
it.
3 is good. I don't disagree with you, Kyle. It's a great game. I really like it as well. I think maybe the only thing that maybe it was one of those things where maybe there was some slight fatigue with it or something. I do not know.
It was the whole Peter Molyneux thing, wasn't it? He overpromised with it, and then but I wasn't into like the game, that side of gaming as much back then, so that didn't affect me in my choosing of buying it. So yeah, I didn't feel as let down as probably some other people did.
Sure thing. Yeah. So okay then. So Playground. I'm excited for when they do show us Fable.
Yes.
I think there's not a better studio. I think they're one of the best studios in the UK by
They're what I like about them making Fable is that they're great at world building.
Yeah.
They're so good at world building. I think that's something that's going to be better in Fable than what's ever been.
Yeah. Let's wait and see. I think you're right. But what would you like to move us on, Kyle, to moving from B to R? And
we are looking at Rare, good old Rare. Now, my manager in work would be very, very happy about this conversation. My manager is a very big retro gamer. He loves the N64. He actually runs. I'm gonna plug his own thing in now anyway because I'm a nice person like that. My manager runs a Twitch and podcast called N64 Live podcast. It's all N64 based. He does a great job. So if you like N64 things, check those out. But yeah, he'd be very happy to hear us talk about Rare. As a big N64 fan, he is. But so what we're looking at, a Sea of Thieves update. Obviously, there's always a yearly big Sea of Thieves update, so I think that's a given. And then what's the other thing? Everwild. Oh, that's an elephant in the room, isn't it? Everwild at the moment. I doubt we see it, especially after the troubles we've heard about it over the last 12 or so months. I don't think we see Everwild.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you. I think I think Everwild is a bit of a doubt for me. I don't think it's out of the question. I mean, it has.
It's not out of the question, of course.
But I think Sea of Thieves is what we see. I think it'll be a good one as well from Sea of Thieves. I was really impressed with last year's one. I thought the Pirates of the Caribbean one, like. When I first saw Sea of Thieves, I was like, "Oh my god! It can like if you can play like as if you're pirates in Pirates of the Caribbean, that's the dream." And they brought it out, and it was great. I had a bit of an issue with a bug, like it glitched my questing back. I'd do like the first quest like 3 times, which really irritated me. But it was a fantastic bit of DLC, and I'm really glad that they got the license.
I'm glad Sea of Thieves got right back into it because I enjoyed Sea of Thieves when it first came out, but it's one of those games that I play where even if I'm playing with friends and having a good time, after an hour or so I'm a bit bored and want to go to someone else. All those happens with all those type of games. I was just about to suggest something now. I don't. There's a rumor that one of the I can't remember who, but one of the studios that Xbox acquired with the
we discussed it. We discussed it in the first half of the podcast.
What about
we did about Double Fine, Banjo,
yeah. What about if they do a joint thing with Rare what about if it's a joint
Collaboration.
collaboration and it gets shown by Rare?
Yeah, I mean, it would have the Rare branding on it. I can't see that Rare will commit the resources to it if they're built up to their eyes in Everwild and Sea of
But that's
Thieves.
why it could be a collaboration. It could be something that Rare could be overseeing, because I believe they still own Banjo,
Yeah,
the IP. So it could be something they're just overseeing, but Double Fine are doing most of the work.
yeah, I can see what you mean.
Just a thought that came into my head. That was all.
Yeah, potentially. What do you think, Breeze? You've been quiet on this topic.
Well, I like the idea of Everwild. I don't know if we'll see anything on it. I mean, the game trailer was pretty polished, but all game trailers pretty much are. And then it's always the development that has the issue in the background. So if we see something about Everwild, I'm curious to see. I don't count it out just because they have a finished trailer, or well, not a finished trailer, but an announcement trailer for it. So hopefully we'll at least get an update. But Sea of Thieves, I haven't gotten to play with anyone. I don't know anyone who has played Sea of Thieves. I play Sea of Thieves by
We'll play some Sea of
myself.
Thieves. We'll play some Sea of
Please,
Thieves.
because
You do
I
have to
feel
play
like I'm
multiplayer.
missing
I agree with
out.
that. Yeah,
I
come
feel
on,
like
we'll
I'm
play.
missing out. And
We'll
I
play some Sea
played
of Thieves
it
when the next update comes in.
and I can't curse. Okay, so I was getting my I said I was walking the plank a lot.
I like the pirate related joke there. That's good.
And I was by myself and I had got my ship got overran by another sack of pirates. And I kind of figured at that point this was a game you have to play with other people. It's not going to work, you know. Even Blackbeard had his trusty crew, so I needed a trusty crew to play. So I unfortunately didn't get to enjoy Sea of Thieves, but I'm happy that it's still there. I know it's a great game because everyone that I don't know plays it.
No, fair enough. Okay, well, with that, we'll take it away from Rare, who, you know, great studio, and obviously also the studio head Craig Duncan is also a Liverpool supporter, to put that out there. So that's, in fact, actually, I want to avoid that topic. So let's move into Roundhouse Studios. What do we, I mean, the recent only
What are we
relatively
looking
recently
from Roundhouse?
Roundhouse there, yeah, Bethesda. Uh,
Yeah, but so,
I,
I
I
mean,
I don't think anything. I think they've. I don't know anything about them. I don't know anything. I mean, I know that they were relatively newly acquired. I think by Bethesda. Um, yeah. So
so
your guess is as good as mine here. So I don't know what's going on.
so I remember I remember Prey. I actually got to go and play Prey before they released it, and I was able to have a couple of interviews and actually got some gameplay from them long time ago when it first came out. And I loved Prey. I think Prey has one of the best video game intros made, and I think Prey was kind of slept on by a lot of people. Like, I think Prey was slept on, and the intro was just fire. Of course it takes place in San Francisco, but then it does it because it's in space. and and I don't know if we'll see anything, if they have been working on anything. I just,
I
yeah,
I think Prey isn't Roundhouse. I'm pretty sure Prey
Yeah,
is
it's
no,
not.
it
Arcane.
is. It
I
is.
thought it
It is
is.
Is it?
spread up.
I
Yeah,
thought it was.
Yeah,
I
I thought it was
yeah. They were
Arcane.
just. They would
no.
no. There was a debacle. So Roundhouse used to be called something. I think it was Human Head, who made the
Yeah.
original Prey, and when
Okay,
with the
yeah.
debacle with the original Prey 2, that's when Bethesda got hold of it and obviously then gave it to Arcane.
I see. Okay, all right. Okay, so um, Roundhouse Studios are reported. This is coming to us from Gaming Bolt. This is a little outdated now. It's from December of 2021. But Bethesda's Roundhouse Studios is reportedly working on a PvPvE game based on a major comic license. Interesting.
Interesting.
Event? No, no, no. I don't think can't see it being. Maybe I don't know. God knows. Does anyone have any ideas? What could be?
No,
Comics
Oh.
aren't really my thing. I've got to be honest with you.
You're terrible.
Sorry.
There was something that I heard about. Apparently, there was another comic book thing being developed for just Xbox, and then another one that PlayStation's getting as well. So I guess we'll wait and see on those.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of licensed IP being rumored at this moment, as you would expect. Yeah, I don't know anything about Roundhouse and what they're working on, so let's hope we see something from them. Let's hope we do. I'm gonna like I'm gonna
Yeah, Rune
tent-
2. Yeah.
tentatively
Rune
say
2 is what they were speaking on.
Yeah.
Rune 2,
Rune-
yeah. Yeah, Rune 2. Interesting. But even
Okay.
though it's unknown.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll move on then from Roundhouse, and next is Tango Gameworks. I think it's
Mhm.
pretty obvious what we're gonna see.
Yeah.
We'll probably see Ghostwire Tokyo release date for Xbox, or release window for Xbox.
Yeah.
Because you imagine it will have the 1 year exclusivity for PlayStation,
Mhm.
and then it will come out. So when did it come out? March or something. I think it came out.
Yeah, March. 25th
Yeah,
of March.
yeah. So we yeah. Do you reckon we'll get anything else out of Tango? Anyone?
Do you reckon? I think we might get an Evil Within 3.
Do you think?
Yeah.
What
Really?
announcement, or do you think we'll have?
Announcement. Nah,
Okay.
announcement. I don't
You
think
know
we'll
what,
have.
Kyle? I'm gonna add that in there because I think that is actually quite a good shout.
Because we know it's meant to be a trilogy, so um
Yeah, I'm gonna mark that as a light maybe. Uh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think that's a good shout, buddy. What do you think, Breeze? Any thoughts?
No, not about the Evil Within 3. I really didn't. That was like, you see my face. I was kind of amazed with that. Like, oh yeah, huh? Yeah,
Evil
yeah. I
Within
get.
1 and 2 are both very underrated games.
They
I
are.
agree. I agree. Yeah, yeah.
They are.
I mean, like they're top notch sort of horror games. Like you've got
Yeah.
to, and I remember like when they were releasing, people like in this sort of the gaming community were like, there were people who were really banging on being like, these games are quality. I don't know why there aren't more people playing them.
Yeah.
I guess horror is maybe not for everyone. You do massively narrow down your potential audience. Anyway, doesn't matter. So moving on now, I think we're going to talk about Turn 10.
Correct.
And does anyone want to take this one? I mean, there's
Well,
heavy rumors around it.
well, we know Forza Motorsports is a thing. Forza Motorsport that was announced what 2 years ago. 2 years ago, 3? Yeah,
Yeah, it was announced in 2020.
yeah. It was announced that E3, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was shown at that E3, yeah. So 2 years ago, then and we didn't see anything last year. Obviously, then Forza Horizon came out because that kind of broke the mold of the usual rotation. So I think Forza Motorsport next year.
You think it's going to release next year? Fair
Yeah.
enough. Yeah. Yeah. There's some people speculating it's going to release this year. I personally don't think it makes this year. I mean, you would think that Xbox are going to release something this year. That would be maybe one of the most likely, but
saying that whenever they announce Forza, they announce it in the summer for that autumn. So that's actually a fair shout.
well, we'll see. I'm really looking forward to it because apparently they've gone. I just, you know what? I just hope that it's not going to be. I hope it's going to be a true next gen Forza. I hope it's not.
That
Because
first trailer was all in-game footage, and that looked ridiculous.
I know it did. I know it did. And here's the thing, right? That to like, so these new CPUs and stuff like that. One of the things that they're like, you can really like advance is like the physics and stuff like that. And I'm sorry, but in the graphics cannot go that much further in like sim racing. They just
Mhm.
can't. And it's now about physics, AI, and things like that, which is really important in those games.
Oh, for
And I
sure.
would love to see a truly next gen one, so series only on PC.
I mean, it is only series only in PC. I think
Well,
that's confirmed.
that's what I thought. But then I've heard some stuff relatively recently where they were talking about getting it on Xbox
I
One
think
systems.
I think they will via cloud. I don't think
Okay,
it'll be running off Xbox One.
I hope you're right about that one, because that would really upset me. I'd still love it and play it, but it would be. I think it would be a bit of a shame because it's a potential opportunity to showcase the next. I think I think PlayStation missed out on that on a trick with that with Gran Turismo, considering they were the ones initially marketing the "We Believe in Generations" type thing. So everyone
Mhm.
thought that was gonna, and I thought that when Xbox announced Forza Motorsport, I thought, and it was apparently meant to be next gen only. I was thinking, this is it. This is gonna be where we see, and I can't wait to get the rig out. But yeah. Anyway, so Breeze, are you a motorsport person? Like, you didn't play Forza Horizon?
Yeah, no, I'm not really a racer.
No,
I'm not
fair
really a
play.
racer. No.
When's the last racer you played?
Forza Horizon.
Okay.
That was the last racer. And before that, oh, arcade games and Dave Buster's, Cruising America, Cruising Worldwide, and oh, there was another one. But yeah, I'm not really into racing
Fair enough.
simulations. I've
No, that's
told
fair
you,
enough.
I played Mafia and I got stuck on that racetrack over and over. Yeah, I don't do races well.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Okay. So what are we looking at next? So we're moving away from 1010. Obviously, no one expects to see anything else from them. Um, we're on to the U's, from the T to the U. Well,
Mhm.
there's only one studio in the U's, and that's Undead Labs, and that's
Yep.
State of Decay. Go on, guys. Are we seeing it or not? Been a while.
It has been a
Hmm.
while. Wait, that was announced 2
We
years ago as
should
well, wasn't
be.
it?
Yeah, that was 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2
Oh
years
yeah,
ago, and that was
and
just
we
a CGI trailer.
yeah.
Nothing.
I think yeah.
You think? Yeah.
I think yeah. It's been when was State of Decay 2? 2006.
Tw-
was
er.
2020. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, 2019 or 18, I think. State of
No,
Decay
it was
2.
before that, wasn't it?
I feel like no earlier than 17. State of Decay 2.
Yes, I think
Have a look.
About that.
2018.
Yeah, I thought so.
So,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
time.
it
And
is
Yeah.
time.
they've been
And
talking about it in their they've been hinting at it a little bit in their Instagram, but they're still very much giving updates to State of Decay 2. They just had an
Yeah.
update
I
recently.
just, I
Actually,
just
that's a
hope,
good point.
I
Or
just
an
hope that
anniversary.
So State of Decay 2 updates, I think they're both as likely as one another. I think if they show State of Decay 3, they're not gonna. Well, they might show a State of Decay 2 update, but just not sure. It depends, really. I think it's less likely we see a State of Decay 2 update if they show State of Decay 3.
I
I
don't
think
think we'll get a State of Decay. Sorry, I don't think we'll get a State of Decay 2 update. I think it's all hands on deck on State of Decay 3.
I've heard
And
that there's like not troubles with development, but like it's slower progress than what they
okay,
thought. So I'm kind of skeptical about seeing it. I'm actually leaning towards more we see a State of Decay 2 update myself. I would
hmm
much rather see State of Decay 3 because I'm so hyped for that game. Like I love that, guys. I've said it millions of times in this podcast. I say millions of times, but you know what I mean. I've said it many times considering the amount of podcasts we've done. I love zombies. I love zombie games. I don't love
hmm
zombies. I love zombie games. Terrified of zombies, really. But yeah.
I love State of Decay 2. I just really hope that in the third one they just fix that jankiness, make
Yeah.
make it work with the the new hardware. I feel that game has to be next gen only as well.
Well, it was
Um,
marketed as that, so yeah.
yeah. Um,
Mhm.
I just what I want from State of Decay 3, which I know I will never get, by the way, is I want the customization and the building of 7 Days to Die, which is kind of like Minecraft as well, I suppose. But in that State of Decay polished look, realistic look of that game.
Do you know what I want? What I want from it? I kind of like. I want the Walking Dead experience in it. Like, not the games as such, but like I want. So you play as the base, and it's still this conceptually it's the same. You're the base, but you have. I don't know. I guess like I think with the next gen, like I think as a next gen game with AAA budget, I think they can reach that. Like I guess the Walking Dead experience is that, yeah. I mean, basically what I guess like characters have narratives and stuff that you find like that are generated maybe on an algorithm that they can do. So you can I don't know. It would make losing them like they did, like you do in Walking Dead. Like when your favorite characters died,
Yeah.
you'd be like, no, I can't believe this person's died, because you form that attachment with the character because of their character arc. I'd love to see more character arcs in there and stuff like that. Sorry, it took me so long to get to that.
That's cool.
Took a little while to articulate what I was feeling about it. Breeze, do you have anything to say about Undead?
I look forward to State of Decay 3. I can't wait. I love State of Decay 2. I love that they're still releasing everything, especially the legacy mode. I just love the concept of the permadeath and losing your characters, and having to go to different bases just to survive. What I don't know what I'm expecting to see in this one. Just from the trailer was so bomb, and I love trailers because they're tight, but then they don't live up to the promise. The game sometimes never lives up to the promise of the trailers. So what I took away from the trailer, what I really hoped was like, yeah, you're gonna have to now worry about the wildlife. And I'm wondering, like, if you hunt, it's a different way. Like, you had to grow food before, but now what if you had to hunt? What if you get a piece of decaying animal that has that infection? You can then turn your people. I don't know if they're gonna go that deep. That's just me, but it's just certain things I see. Especially now you have to deal with the wildlife that's infected. So not only people who are infected, the wildlife infected, and then you have to deal with, other people in the game. I'm wondering if they're going to make it more than 4 players. I'm wondering if you're going to actually be able to help other players in their game as far as like.
Well, the worst thing about like that game was the tethering, the 2-player tethering.
Yeah, that's
you couldn't. It was so stupid. I don't know what. Like, I mean, maybe
because it couldn't run. It couldn't run. That game had struggled running. That's why they did it.
That's just like Ark.
Really?
When
on the
came to
Xbox
console.
One X as well.
Yeah. Well,
all of it.
Mate, I played that on the One X and it still chugged along. Like.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like that was just like the I don't think from a technical level there was anything too extreme that wouldn't, because the thing is about the 2-player stuff, it's done all over the servers, and you'd think they'd do it over the Azure.
Yeah,
my thoughts are that they baked it too hard into the game design first, that it would be too complicated to change over to it. I don't know. That's the only reason. I don't think there's anything myself. I mean, I'm no technical expert, but from what I do know, I don't think there's anything overly technical about why they couldn't.
I don't know. I know that having that tether was the same as when Ark came to console.
Yes.
Yeah, and you had to tether. Oh my gosh, because at the end of it all, it seemed like the console could not run it till its full potential. Now you have next gen, and we played through that. And when we got next gen through COVID and we played Ark, we didn't have the tether anymore. So I kind of feel like, they were able to up their development, and actually now that we have next gen, like you said, they're going to bring it to next gen, which is I think they should do. We'll get rid of the tethering because now the console can play it till its fullest potential. I just think it's the same as Ark. Great game. Everything was so massive and so big that it didn't run well on last gen consoles, and it's gonna I think it's gonna do great on this series, and I can't wait. PlayStation 5. Well, no, it's gonna all be Xbox, right? Day one.
Yeah, yeah,
Day
it's
one
day one Game Pass.
Xbox.
Yeah.
Mm.
Actually, and it's interesting that you mentioned Arc because we will be coming back to Arc 2.
Woo!
So, but for now, Breeze, do you want to take us into what we can expect, which really is pretty much a guaranteed what's coming from World's Edge.
Whereas of Age of Empires Xbox Edition. They're gonna love this.
Finally.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah, I mean, I love Age of Empires. The thing is, I really it depends massively on the implementation of controller usage and stuff.
Yeah.
Either that or Microsoft and Xbox really just need to get an Xbox mouse and keyboard,
That's what I was.
like a custom one, like that or get a third party to do one and make sure it's done well, like do a proper collaboration. I know because I know you can get them and use them, but it's just not ideal. It'd be good. You only need the W like AD Z or something like that, like and then like and then the up down and return and spacebar and stuff. You don't need much on the little. I've seen them little get anyway. Get on
Yeah.
topic. Age of Empire Xbox Edition. What are our thoughts on Age of Empires?
Like it's a game that I'm looking forward to playing. I'm not like desperate for it, but I'm ready for when it comes.
Right, you Breeze. You're a
I've,
PC gamer.
I've played every Age of Empires since they've come out, and that was back in the day. And if you guys, I got where I had to get all my PC games from back in the day was Circuit City. If anyone listening remembers Circuit City, Age of Empires is that old. Yes. And so, um, same as Kyle. I mean, I'm not really, excited about it. I've played them and still can play them on PC on Game Pass. So, but they have some nostalgic value from me. So,
Yeah, fair play, fair play. Okay, which takes us on to ZeniMax Online Studios. Kyle, what do you expect to see from them, buddy?
Yeah. So an Elder Scrolls Online update.
Yeah.
That game's just massive now, isn't it? Really,
It's so good as well.
It didn't hit for me for whatever reason. It just didn't hit. I didn't get that same.
It's not. It's because it's an MMORPG.
Yeah, I know.
It's not as in depth and lore heavy as it's meant. Yeah.
It just didn't grab me. I'm glad it's a thing, and I'm glad people enjoy it. But yeah, it just wasn't for me.
For me, like with that game, it was all about playing multiplayer. Once I was playing with my game share buddy, the same person like who I play Grounded with and stuff like that, and the same person I've done a lot of like heavy hours into games with. Like we just kind
Yeah.
of like go into just rinse games like between two of us. And that changed it for me because when I played it first on my own, it was okay, but it's like it felt like there was something missing from the game, the experience. And what do you think? Anything else, Carl? Do you think we'll see anything else from?
Um. Thoughts about a new IP?
Yeah, well, they did announce they're working on one, didn't they?
Yeah. So, is it time to see it now? When was that announcement?
I feel like it was around the 2020 E3 showcase event. It's E3 really, isn't it? It's still E3. I know it's not E3, but it's still E3.
Even if E3 was to die, it's still E3.
It will still be called E3.
Yeah. Yeah, possibly see something from them and something new. Is it going to be because ZeniMax usually do just well, they develop Elder Scrolls Online, but what else have they done?
That's it. So Elder Scrolls Online,
Okay.
I think, is it. They are working on a new IP. I have no idea what it is. I have no idea if it's a licensed one, or if it's like. I mean, I'd like to see what they can come up with.
Yeah, I'd like
Uh,
to see a new IP, not a MMO game, something
I
different.
think it will be because they're ZeniMax Online, so I think they're going to
Yeah,
specialize in like
true,
online
true,
games.
true.
Might not be, but what do you think, Bruce? Do you like? Do you play? What do you think of Elder Scrolls Online first, and then what do you think about this? Do you think they'll show their new IP?
I was disappointed in Elder Scrolls Online because coming from Skyrim, Skyrim was just an amazing game, and I always griped about how, as far as Skyrim being a single player game, that they should have had a co-op in it. The game was massive. I just think that two people could have played it as well. And I understand it had, followers in it, and but that's computer generated. I just think another person helping you live would have been bomb. So when Elder Scrolls came out, that was kind of everyone's expectation. At least that was mine.
Yeah.
Trailing in after Skyrim, I thought I was going to get that same first person perspective. I thought that I would get the same type of feel, and it was a big disappointment when it wasn't. I felt like I wasted my money. I wasn't happy,
Oh
um,
no.
and I wasn't. But that was me expecting it to be something. It wasn't,
Yeah.
and it's still a massive community that everyone loves. Unfortunately, I'm not really a fan of Elder Scrolls, so I don't. Yeah, I'm not really
What about
into
what
it.
about what about then? Do you think they'll show off a new IP?
Cinemax has so many. They have bought up so many studios. I wouldn't be surprised if they had something going on that they're going to release. Um,
Yeah. Well, they
I
did
wouldn't
say
know what.
they did announce that they're working on a new IP. Um, do
I
you
don't
think
know.
they'll show it?
I don't
Do
know.
you think now's the time?
I think now is the time as ever for anyone to show, especially since we're out of COVID. These sales are flying more, cons are getting back together, these developmental conferences are happening. I think now is the time as ever, or unless they're going to wait till the end of the year at, you know, Games Awards or E3, and they come
Yeah.
back to unveil something big.
Yeah, I think you might be right about that one. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think I think we'll definitely get the Elder Scrolls Online update shown, or updates, or a bit more of a roadmap for stuff for next year. I think the new IP is sort of touch and go. I don't think it will, based on how much I think is coming from everything else. Um,
Mm, And
yeah,
also, I wonder if they're
but yeah,
still hiring for people to help develop the game. So I don't.
yeah. So yeah, probably unlikely then. Hey, um, but what I think is likely is Halo Infinite update.
That is not likely. That is essential. That is
Yeah,
there
yeah, yeah,
cannot be any other game that needs a big hype update than Halo Infinite.
yeah. I agree with you. And also, they need to have like everything. They need to have make sure it's a complete game. Like it needs to.
Yeah,
They need to show roadmap.
they need to.
They
They
don't
need to.
just need to show update. They need to show
No.
roadmap for that game of when
Yep.
like a roadmap for when we can expect new updates after that, like after the
New
new one.
updates, new seasons. Um. For certain when co-op campaign can be done because I'm not playing the campaign until that comes out. And um. What else is there? Not Forge. What was the
Yeah, Forge.
Forge Battle Royale? Like
It'd be cool to have a battle royale. I have to admit.
it's
Um,
gonna happen.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think it's happening. But there's like six things. Five of them were not promised but expected on release, and we're nearly what?
Well, eight,
Nearly 8 months, 9 months.
six,
November,
6 months. No, released December
December,
8th. So
December.
we're
Yeah,
we're nearly 6.
6 months. 6 months post release. Like imagine any other Halo coming out with, and then 6 months later not even having a co-op campaign.
Yeah. Okay. Well, look, but like I know, I agree, and it's not good, especially as like Halo is like, aside from maybe like, it's one of their showcase IPs. Like it's their oldest, Microsoft's oldest one.
Hmm.
They need to show it. Actually, on this, I actually think that they are going to release this game, release this update, and they're going to be like, and it's available now, and they're going to use that as a
Yeah,
bit of a like a. I think it is. I think that's the. They did say that they're going to have surprise announcements and like debut things, and I think that it's going to be Halo Infinite. I think that's why they've been so quiet on it, because I think they love that, don't they? Oh, and it's available now, by the way, in Game Pass.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
They need to revive the fire for Halo.
they do. Yeah, they do. But, what do you think, Breeze? Is Dead Cert seeing Halo Infinite? Are we seeing the update? I mean, it'd be mental if they didn't, right?
Well, I know they didn't bring what everybody wanted. They have their roadmap out, and it's pretty clear that they've, for season 2, season 3, they've already laid it out with just maps and new battle passes, and um, they say they are coming with a campaign mission replay in late August. So we'll see what that's about.
Again, another thing that should have been on release. Like, that is
Yeah, it should have been on release. A lot of things I agree that Halo is doing backwards. Halo is being done backwards. I guess they just wanted to really hone in and cash in on the battle pass and PvP perspective, since it works well for Fortnite and Call of Duty. And I agree. I just don't think they executed it well. And, we're going to see some updates coming in at least until the end of this year, because season 3 starts at the end of this year. So
yeah, sure.
It's yeah.
What? I mean, like, okay, yeah. I think there's not. I think everyone knows. Everyone and their mother knows, like, that Halo Infinite it will be present and needs to bring some fire and some mic drop moments for us, or like just it needs to at least deliver like the Forge, the co-op, and some anyway. I don't think there's anything more to be said, basically. But what do you think? What do you think? Moving away from, do you have anything more to say on Halo?
No, that it's on the roadmap that Forge open beta is going to happen. Campaign mission replay, quality of life improvements. This is what they have from now until November.
But do you think they're going to have campaign updates? Show a campaign update?
Well,
they need a date.
I don't know. They do need a date. They should give a date, because it's all just to be determined at the moment.
Yeah, which makes me think they're gonna say, like, oh, and this is like, and it's available now.
I don't think they need to spring any more surprises on anybody. Just be straightforward. And
so, okay, what do you think then? So, like, we've finished through the Xbox Studios. There's going to be third-party presence. We know. We know that we've seen through them before Atomic Heart, Stalker 2, and Arc 2. Now, who wants to take this? Like, what are we thinking? What are we expecting from those 3? That I can think. Those are just like off the top of my head. There are obviously probably more game. I'm sure there's more games that aren't or that have been like announced but haven't been shown yet, or because other publishers are doing their own shows now, so there maybe won't be so many third parties. But what do you guys think?
Well, I think we do see all 3 of those. I think we could see 3 of those. I would also like to put out there that we need to see The Last Night. That game needs to come back. That's fallen off the face of the earth, and that needs to be reshown. Though there was another game announced at E3 last year that looked very similar to it, and I can't remember what it's called, and that's bugging me now. I think we'll see something Japanese out of Xbox, because they always show something Japanese, whether it's an Xbox exclusive or it's a marketing deal. So I would expect something Japanesey to be shown, 1 or 2 things.
They have a good relationship with Sega, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Sega. Yeah. So there could be that. There's definitely going to be something.
Do we see Sonic? Do we see Sonic there?
If the trailer hadn't already dropped, then yes. But I think because the trailer's dropped, we won't see it.
Okay. Do you not think we might get a gameplay trailer? I know we
I
did
don't
see a
think
bit
so.
of gameplay, but I mean like a more in-depth one. I don't know.
I don't think so.
I'll say I am looking forward to Atomic Heart. I think that's
Me
gonna
too.
be cool. I hope that none of these get pushed back because of the war. Well, Stalker
Yeah.
already got pushed back.
Yeah.
And I know just based off of like the time and the place of Atomic Heart, that possibly will be pushed back, and I'm hoping it's not. I don't, of course we don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, or it's a very sensitive time for the world right now. But I do look forward to playing it, just because it has like, it's a lab, and you have to fight the hordes.
Yeah, it does look epic.
And it's gonna be really good. It looks good. Excuse me just a second. Trying to look for here. Okay.
I just was having a look, and apparently end of last year, the developers of The Last Night said that The Last Night will re-emerge into 2022. So there's a possibility we could see an update on that game.
Okay. Well, that's pretty cool if that's the case. Yeah. Well, let's hope we do.
That'd be
Let's hope you're
dope.
right, Carl. I don't think we see Stalker 2 again. I think they've only just got back to work developing it. I think the last thing that they would have done is got together something else, unless like to show it. It might be mentioned, or like the main name might be shown just to remind people that it's coming. But I honestly I don't think we see it. Atomic Heart.
Or they just show a little bit with a date or a release window, whatever. Like just a little reminder trailer.
Yeah, but if we do, it'll be stuff a trailer we've already seen.
True.
Anything new.
We'll see.
I don't think. I think we'll see Atomic Heart, and I hope we get a release date. I really do. It was supposed to be in summer. It'd be really cool if it was live
Yeah.
straight away. Arc 2. Now this is one that I actually think we'll see. Like they got announced as 2020 again. It was shown like it was CGI,
Yep.
and it had that Vin Diesel. Was it Vin Diesel?
Yep. Yeah, have Vin
In
Diesel.
it. And I'm so excited for this game, and I really if this with Pokemon, with the Harry Potter, and if this launched like in 2022, despite from an Xbox point of view, despite and maybe Forza Motorsport, despite the barren or apparently barren 2022, this would make up for it. Even though this is a third party game and not, I think it's timed exclusive. I don't think it's a full like exclusive.
It is
I
time.
think it would make up for it. There's a lot of for me personally. I know there's a lot of people maybe who would be disappointed about other delays, including me. But Arc 2 is like, we'll sink some serious hours into that. And the first game was so good that, but still can be so easily improved in a lot of ways. Like that, I don't foresee anything but a big step up for Arc 2. How do you agree with me?
I agree, and I also think that obviously this game's going to go straight to release, whereas the first one was on game preview for ages.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be different because obviously it'll have the bang of a release. I think they made a lot of money from the first game.
They did.
Yeah.
They did. They Studio grew massively. Studio Wildcard it is, and I think I actually thought they'd be a great it makes sense. It would make sense to be sort of acquired, like Microsoft, for them to acquire them, because obviously the timed exclusivity thing. They're based nearby. They're based up the northwest coast, like near Washington State. But then they have actually got investors, or some have been acquired not that long ago by someone. That's obviously not to say that it couldn't happen, and obviously Microsoft aren't going to get anyone until after the Activision Blizzard deal goes through, if indeed it does.
It will.
But yeah, we probably will. So yeah, do you play Kyle?
I played it on when it was on game preview, and then I never picked it up because I just didn't have anyone to play it with, really.
Okay, well, if you want to get in on that, then like, yeah, give me a shout, both of you. Like, get Ark Survival Evolved. Did anyone play actually? So while we're on the Studio Wildcard, they had a game that was in game preview, and it was like a pirate game, and it was like Ark but with pirates. Me and my buddy, we played this, like my game share buddy. We played Ark, but we also played the pirate game as well. And I can't remember what it was, and that was really good.
I don't think I know that.
You know what? I'd have to switch my Xbox on to find it. Okay, that's fine. Breeze, I think Breeze is having issues at the moment. She's so that's fine. But yeah, but I mean that we're kind of finished off now.
Yeah, I was going to say
anyway?
we're finishing up
Yeah.
now anyway. Aren't we?
We're kind of finishing up, so that's cool.
Is there anything absolutely out of the world, like your biggest dream that would come out of it? Like, you don't think it's going to happen, but what would be the biggest thing to come out of this for you?
Let's have a look. Like, what do I?
Not that we've covered already. Just something that's
Not that we've covered already.
No, something that's just like not even a rumor. It's just something that you would lose your shit for.
Dude. Okay, there's only a few things that make me lose my shit though. And one of them is Elder Scrolls.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is yeah, okay. I know we did talk about it, but I was shot down really badly with it. So it would be like the Elder Scrolls like collection, or like
Okay.
like the Master Chief collection for all the
Yeah,
Elder Scrolls
yeah,
games.
yeah.
So you could like I know that Bethesda would not be working on it. I know like Bethesda Game Studio, it'd be outsourced to somebody else doing it. If it ever was, but that would probably be aside from what we've got. And I know because the thing is, everything that we're gonna, it would have to be like an amazing third party game, the return of an amazing third party game, and it would have to be something that I'm hella nostalgic for, and it'd be a remake. I don't know, or like I don't know, because if it's a new, completely brand new game, how much? I mean, I don't know anything about it, so it's hard.
I get that.
It'd have to be something like do you know? Yeah, I know. Like the most similar thing. Do you remember Future Cop, like from the Strike series? It was on PlayStation 1.
Yeah, I think so.
Get a Google out to see what I think. Like a remake of that, like because you could play co-op campaign with like your mates and stuff like that, and it was I think like something like that, because it kind of looked a little bit like Wasteland, but it wasn't turn-based.
Right.
But it was kind of cross Wasteland with Titanfall, and it's kind of what it looked like a lot. Like
yeah, I just seen the images now.
yeah, and so but I think like a remake with modern day gameplay of that, but I think that would be something I'd really love to see, or like an awesome Star Wars game, a new Star Wars game that's not just going to be exclusive to PlayStation 2 years, but maybe that's completely multi-plat. PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and like a Kenobi game or something like that.
Here's
Like,
mine.
I want more Jedi stuff. I want more Jedi stuff.
Here's mine. Mine is, to finish this off, mine is that Xbox have done a deal with EA, and they announce that the brand new, developed by the main studio, the brand new Mass Effect is announced an Xbox exclusive.
Oh, you went there. You went there. You want it as exclusive.
Yeah.
No, I mean that would be big for Xbox. Like, don't get me wrong, that would be massive for Xbox. I mean, I'm not fussed if it's exclusive or not. But
No, but that's my big hype. That would be like.
Okay, yeah. That would get the hype. That would get all the hype. Yeah, that's fair enough. That's a good shout. It's brand new Mass Effect, and the fact that they released the Legendary Edition, it's not out of the question that there's a new Mass Effect in.
No, we know there is. We know there is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course we do. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you want it to be shown at the.
Yeah.
But being an Xbox exclusive, I can't see a world where it's entirely an Xbox exclusive unless it's timed.
Okay, timed, but it might. They might figure out a deal.
Yeah. I mean, it's not.
The first one was First one's an Xbox exclusive originally, like,
Yeah,
so it's not totally out of the realms of possibility.
I guess so. Yeah, yeah. I guess you're right. Okay. Well, guys, I think unless Breeze still
I'm
can't
here.
talk.
I'm here.
Would you
No,
like
I can.
to would you like to pitch in with this, or are you a bit tied up at the moment? Because we can finish right now anyway.
No, go ahead and finish. I'm sorry. I had to
It's all
take
right. Yeah, no worries. Okay. Well, look, that's our sort of predictions or hopes slash hopes
Preview.
video preview for the Xbox and Bethesda game showcase. We'll do a reaction to it afterwards. We'll probably do that. I'm not sure if it's going to be on the day because it's on Sunday evening. We'll
Sunday
see.
evening at 6, isn't it?
Sunday evening. Oh, so I mean, an hour and a half afterwards would be what, half
Yeah,
eight?
yeah.
So maybe we'll do that afterwards, or at least record it or something. That'd be pretty cool. Maybe not. But yeah. Anyway, the point is, we'll have a reaction to it.
Mhm.
So look, thank you very much, guys. Kyle, why don't you do your outro?
Yeah, you can find me at the Fuzzy Games on Twitter, the Fuzzy Games on Twitch, streaming my GM mode on from WWE 2K22 at the moment. Probably some other things as well here and there. And the Fuzzy Games one on Instagram.
Cool. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get. I was gonna say I'll get Breeze for you if you want to crack on. Now you're here.
Yeah. You can find me at the Gamerholics or the Game Time Podcast. We got season 2 coming. Follow. You can always catch me with my fellow mates on Gamerhub right now.
Yo.
Yo,
And
yo.
yeah, we'll get into these. Talk about these great games going on. Have so much fun with you guys. So check us out, y'all.
Yo, check us out. That's excellent. Yeah. So obviously, find me here at Gamer Hub, and just in socials, Mopish Lawyer, Xbox Live, Mopish Lawyer. Yeah, hit us up, and we can't wait to talk more in the next one. See you later, guys.
Laters.